Hey, Captain Phobos here. Welcome to my first episode of Muppets on the Internet.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Nathan, not now. Nathan. Yeah, I guess you guessed we're going to be looking at Nathan Oakley. One of his recent posts. He doesn't. No, Nathan, not now. Quiet. Okay, he doesn't like that, so we better move on before he starts again. I'm just going to show you Nathan's introduction. He rudely tried to interrupt us now. Now, Nathan, show us your really flashy introduction to your debate. Did you enjoy that? Cracking stuff, right? So we're going to join Nathan now, having a discussion with Brenda. Now, they're talking about gravity, but Nathan picks up on one word. He picks up on the word phenomenon. Let's see how that discussion goes with Nathan discussing phenomenon with Brenda.
What's the phenomena?
Please.
Hold on. What's the phenomena?
Gravity.
So gravity is the.
Thanks. That
hold
clears
Gravity-
it right up.
gra-
Thanks.
Hold on. That's the effect.
No, gravity is not the effect.
But that's what a phenomena is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You're an idiot.
A phenomenon is an observation.
No, that's not a phenomena. So if I look at a shoe, hold on, Brenda. If I look at a shoe, you think that's a phenomena?
Yes.
Only
No,
if
it's
it's not a box.
You're an idiot. You are mentally retarded if you think a shoe is a
No,
phenomena.
I'm not. Well,
Yes, you are.
say these things doesn't make them
Okay.
true.
What makes a phenomena?
is simply an
Okay.
observation. That's all it is.
It's not. You're wrong. What makes a phenomena is something happening.
So Nathan proving absolutely he has no idea what he's talking about. I don't know where he gets his ideas from, where he gets all these opinions from, but it's absolute rubbish. And there he's got the barefaced audacity to call somebody else a moron and an idiot, where it's him that's being the idiot. I mean, this goes on and on and on in the back and forwards and back and forwards. I'm not going to bore you with that. So we'll move on to something a little bit more interesting in this debate.
You're talking to somebody that once said
If we see
the
No,
DNA
see, this
is made
this-
of amino acids. So
you don't listen, and you
I don't know what
you
you're
don't
expecting
engage.
here.
She also once said, just looking at something, you're performing science.
Now Brenda is getting the Spanish Inquisition, and nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition!
Oh my gosh. Okay, we won't don't say that. Brenda gets grilled by Nathan and his cronies with a whole load of things that they've just misunderstood what he's been saying in the past. This goes on for a bit. It's not pleasant at all. Now, we finally move on to some new topic, and it suddenly drifts in the direction of the scientific method and looking at it. Yeah, well, have a look to see what happens next.
We observe a phenomenon.
Yeah, we've done that. Now we're on to step 2. You asked me what was step 1, I told you. Now you're repeating it. What's step 2?
We form a hypothesis. And then
Okay.
you test it.
And what's a hypothesis consist of?
A hypothesis would be there is a force acting
That's
on
not
us.
no. Don't give me a random hypothesis based on your religion belief. What is a hypothesis? And
A hypothesis is the presumed explanation for the observations that we've made.
Well, so good on you, Brenda. Perfect, almost textbook definition of what a hypothesis is. Well done. Smashing job. And then Nathan launches into word salad. I mean, you've got to listen to this. It's something else. It's something special.
it's the explanation, the supposition of a cause for a phenomena that you observed in nature. So it's a suppositional proposition that you will go forth and do step 3, experimentation.
Nathan, what are you talking about? We're going to go forth like onward Christian soldiers. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. No, yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, let's go forth and do experimentation.
Let's science the shit out of it, Brenda. Go.
In the face of overwhelming odds, I'm left with only one option. I'm gonna have to science the shit out of this.
Oh, the irony that Nathan quotes The Martian of all the things to quote. What I mean, what's he? Nathan, you don't believe in space. We live under a dome. Yeah, you don't believe in that stuff, or do you?
You're just asking random things.
You said a shoe is a phenomena. Now let's do science, bonehead.
Yeah, you're right there, Brenda. He is being absolutely random. The hypothesis for shoe, the hypothesis for the cause of shoe, but not a hypothesis for shoe, a hypothesis why different people wear different shoes at different times of the year. Pointless, but still a hypothesis, but a hypothesis for shoe. Nathan, oh my gosh, you are a muppet.
The phenomena you've
The
observed,
hypothesis
bonehead.
for the shoe
If
is
you don't
that
realise how
this is a
retarded
shoe
you
before
seem,
me.
carry on giving us your hypothesis for shoe, you absolute bonehead.
Yeah, the hypothesis for the shoe is that this is a shoe.
We don't need to find the cause of a shoe because we know that people made shoes. Nathan, you're being a muppet. Stop.
Yeah, that's right. What are we going to do in the experiment based on your hypothesis then, Brenda? What's the experiment going to comprise of?
What we need to do is establish the cause, right, of phenomenon. That's the whole point of experimentation. Brenda's tried to explain that to you. I'm going to explain it to you now. And we don't need to find the cause for a shoe because we know people make them. Yeah? Clear? Should we move on? Think you could move on to a new topic here? Thanks. Or maybe not.
So your independent
It looks like
variable.
a shoe.
So your
It looked
independent
like a
variable.
shoe.
So your independent variable to figure out the cause of shoe was turning it over in your hand, and did that give you the cause of shoe?
Yeah, you don't understand how science works.
That's a really good rebuttal, Brenda. Given that you've just given shoe as a phenomena, dependent variable, and turning
that was your
turning it
example.
over in your hand as an independent variable to establish the cause of shoe, you are quite literally retarded. And you're telling me I don't understand science?
No.
Gosh, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Yeah, I don't know how he gets to be so belligerent. It's really painful the way that he speaks to people. And there's no attempt to debate, to understand the views of another person. It just goes away from a debate. It's just him browbeating everybody down. And Brenda quietly and firmly just puts him back in his place. But he doesn't realise he's been put in his place, and he doesn't realise what a muppet he is.
Yeah,
Shoes are part of the natural world.
that's lovely. They're not a phenomena, and while they may be a part of the natural world, they are most definitely not natural because they are man-made.
Well, it's quite obvious that Nathan is stuck on phenomenon and what it means, and he's not going to be moved on. But thankfully, we are going to move on because he picks up on a new area.
What
It's
fallacy?
the equivocation fallacy.
Shoe
What's
fallacy?
equivocating? What is an
Sorry.
equivocation? Hold on a second.
I
Hold on a
don't wanna
second.
I know
continue
that's a
this.
big word. It's
Oh,
got a lot of
God.
syllables. It's got a lot of syllables, so it's hard for you.
Well,
the equivocation
yeah, listen,
fallacy
you fucking retard.
when you-
What's an
is when you
equivocation
are-
fallacy?
It's when
Define
you
it.
are ambiguous about two different senses of the meaning of a word.
Brilliant, Brenda. Yeah, it does have a lot of syllables, and it's going to be very hard for Nathan to work that one out. I can't wait for how this goes next because this is brilliant. And that's a big word, isn't it?
Okay, which word's that?
Hold on. Now
Natural.
apply that to my rebuttal to you claiming a shoe is a phenomena and you claiming an independent variable is you turning a shoe over in your hand. Explain how that is in any way equivocated.
It's equivocation fallacy, Nathan, not equivocated. It's getting the wrong end of the stick. Now you're thinking he's talking about one thing where he's actually meaning another thing. That's what an equivocation fallacy is. It's basically a misunderstanding.
Humans are part of the natural physical universe.
And are they
We're
man-made?
not,
Hold on. Are they
we're not
man-made?
supernatural.
Are they? Hold on.
not-
They've introduced three things. It sounds like you're using an equivocation fallacy to me.
I've given up all hope of ever getting through to you, Nathan. You have no idea. So I think we'll just end up where Brenda left you off. And yeah, I really appreciated the sense of humour at the end.
Now you're telling us that we're using an equivocation because we're talking about souls, as in what go to heaven in the Christian religion and various other religions. No, we're not talking about that. You were talking about shoes.
No, I was talking about fish.
Right, I know, Brenda. You're talking about fish, right? Well done, you. Such a patient person. Well, if you like that video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to, subscribe to pick up more of my videos. And I'd appreciate your comments and feedback on this video. Well, thanks very much for joining me, and see you next time.